I was having an intense craving, and I'm gonna tell you what I did about it. Hey everybody, it's Allie. I'm on a fantabulous weight loss journey, and hopefully you'll subscribe, come along for the ride, because I put out new videos every day. So it is day 1 of my vacation, and I'm not gonna lie, I have been having a craving for the past week. And I don't get cravings very often, right, because of the Mounjaro. But when I do, I have this rule that I've set for myself that if I have the craving for like a day or two and it goes away, then I don't worry about it. But if it sticks with me for like a week and I keep coming back to it, I'm like, you know what? I need to do something about this. So in this video, I am going to show you what I used to order at Wendy's and what I order now. Now, for the cravings part, I was craving a Frosty. I know this is probably not a big deal to most people, but for somebody who had a severe binge eating problem and food addiction, having a craving like this used to really bother me, and it used to dictate how my day would go. So let's talk about what I did. To kick things off, let's look at what I used to order from Wendy's. So I'll put it up on the screen over here for you. It is going to be a redonkulous amount of food, but please understand that that's just how it is when you're binging. Like you order way more and then pretend like you're ordering for multiple people. So of course Kevin decided that now is a good time to play with his toy. So this is what I used to order. I used to get a Dave's double or a triple, depending on what I was feeling like, right? Large fries, large Dr. Pepper. Take a look at those calories over there. And then every now and then I would get a Frosty, and I would also order a 10 count of chicken nuggets, which I would give some of them to my dogs. And then, of course, I would eat the rest of them. So this is what we're looking at for calories for just that one meal. It's a lot. More than my calories for the entire day. Should have been. Now, let's take a look at what I order now. Now, I get the kids' cheeseburger, and I get extra lettuce, extra tomatoes, extra onions, right? Load up on all the veggies. Instead of getting French fries, I get the apple slices, or if I am feeling like it, I will get the French fries, right? Because it's the small kids version. I get a diet drink, and again, every now and then I'll get a Frosty, but I get the kids version, which is much smaller, and even then, I don't normally eat the whole thing. So for today, I ate 4 bites of the Frosty, and I was done. So I want to talk to you about an interesting concept that I came across in my research to heal my relationship with my food. And it's called the 3-bite rule. And you'll have to forgive me, I don't know who created it or who came up with it, but essentially the 3-bite rule is telling you that after 3 bites, you're not really tasting or thinking about your food anymore. You're not thinking about what you're eating. You're just shoving it in your mouth. I'm paraphrasing. So it was a really interesting concept, and I was like, you know, I've never really thought about that. So I started paying attention when I was eating. So essentially, you eat the first bite, and this is supposed to trigger memories, right? So for me, with the Frosty, right, it's triggering memories of when I was a kid and eating a Frosty, playing outside, right? So it's that creamy, chocolatey goodness. Memories. The second bite is supposed to remind you of what the item actually tastes like. So it's like, oh yeah, I'm remembering how good this was the last time I had it, right? And then the third time is to satisfy the craving. So it's like, oh, I've been wanting this Frosty all week. And now by the third bite, you're going, oh, this is so good. This is everything that I wanted. Now, this food theory surmises that after that, after you go through that, if you start thinking about what you're eating, right, in a real conscious way, instead of just shoveling food in your mouth or being distracted by TV or distracted by something else, you will start to realize that you understand when you get fuller faster, right? You'll understand that you're no longer having that craving, that you've satisfied the craving and you can stop. All of these different scenarios that come about. So I have been putting this theory to the test for myself, and it has helped me so much. So like I said, today, now I've been craving this Frosty for a week. So I got the Frosty, made sure, I ate my apple slices, I ate my little burger with all the veggies on it, and, drank my little Diet Coke, and I'm like, okay, it's time for the big hurrah. We're going to get into this Frosty. And by the time I was taking that fourth bite, I was done. And I went ahead and I put the rest of it in the freezer to save it for my wife when she gets home and she can finish off the Frosty. So it's one of those things where previously, right, 88-pound heavier me would have just scarfed it down while I was watching TV, not thought anything of it. And after a few bites, I wouldn't really be thinking about what I was eating. I would just be shoveling it into my mouth because that's what I did. But now that I'm teaching myself not to do that, I was able to eat 4 bites of a Frosty, be happy, excited about that Frosty, and then be done with it without eating the whole thing. I have never had that in my life until I got on Mounjaro. And people talk a lot about doing things in moderation and you don't have to restrict yourself, right? But for those of us who've had these challenges with binge eating and with certain foods that trigger, right? That's a big deal. That's a big deal. So, did I have the most healthiest meal ever? No. But I haven't had any fast food in, I don't know, probably 2.5 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. So, moderation, on point. I chose something that would fit into my calorie deficit for the day, and I tracked all of my food, on point. I made healthier choices than I would have previously made, on point. And I didn't even eat the whole Frosty, and I'm perfectly happy with that. Also on point. So you can have a more calorie-dense meal, right? Because we don't call them cheat meals. We're not cheating on somebody. We're not cheating on ourselves, right? It's just a more calorie-dense meal option. And later on tonight, I'll probably have a salad, right? To get in more fiber and kind of balance things out. So learning about balance, learning about being aware of what you're eating and what you're thinking and feeling rather than just going into zombie mode and shoving it in your face, right? Especially if you're watching something on TV, can make a huge difference. Making healthier choices is something that you can absolutely accomplish on your weight loss journey. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you liked it, make sure you put it in the comments below, and I'll do more of these videos where I talk about what I used to order and what I order now at various restaurants. If you're looking for a positive-only support group, I've got you covered. Link is in the description box below. And as always, be kind, rewind.